What's up, people? Welcome to another edition of the New Breed Podcast, the world's best new metal podcast from two guys who are really there. I'm one half of your hosting duo, Jay Horsecow. Joined with me, I have my partner in crime, the notorious Tim Anderson Jr., fresh off a $7,000 settlement from Allstate for mopping up some puddles. Tim, how's it going?
Fucking great.
We are doing awesome. And this week's guest, we have the nicest guy in metal, one of the most hardworking guys in metal, the guitarist and the brains behind the New Jersey band Cognitive. Say hello to Mr. Rob Wharton. Rob, thanks for joining us.
I was just excited to hang out with you guys again, of course, man.
I guess, Rob, I'm going to start off with the easy question, right? What video game are you playing these days? What are you playing these days?
So I just finished up Trek to Yami or Yomi or something like that it was called. It was an indie game. It was like a samurai game. Really, okay. It was fun. It was interesting. It was free. And I just finished up, damn it, what was another game I just finished? I just did another playthrough of Shredder's Revenge, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game.
Okay.
Possibly better than Turtles in Time.
That's a bold statement. It's a
I
bold
know
statement.
Dude, you go to New York and you go Big Apple, 3 p.m. instead of a.m. on this one. It's great. It's all fan service. It's all fan service. It's great.
That's awesome.
What are you playing?
I've been playing Jurassic Park or Jurassic World, the park building game too, because that was free.
Are you a PS or Xbox guy, Rob?
PS.
PS.
Yeah, I had an Xbox 360 for a while, but yeah, I'm a PlayStation guy.
You guys bring one on tour?
Something else. I feel like I just finished something else recently, and I can't remember what it was because I'm scatterbrained lately.
You guys bring a PS on tour?
No, dude. We usually bring a Super Nintendo.
Even better. Right?
I don't bring anything that's got a disc spinning.
There you go.
Yeah, you're right, because it'll bounce. Yeah.
So, but the TV, the bus with the shaking and all, the TV mount gave out last tour, and we're just not going to bring it anymore. I would love to, but we all got Switches.
Yeah, I mean, everybody plays those things these days.
Dude, it was the greatest thing that ever happened to video gaming. I mean, it's not, in a way, it's not new because it was just like a really high-end Game Boy, but it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, and everybody I know that has one absolutely loves it, and they take it everywhere. And I have buddies who play with their kids, and
Dude, I never had any interest because as you get older, you're just like, oh man, Nintendo, they just don't make the dark games you want to play in a way anymore. But then when I was on tour, I was just watching everyone play. I was like, I like playing Smash Brothers. I'll play, and it was just like, whoa, I'm fucking up. I'm fucking up. I should be playing fucking Smash with the boys.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I had a free hour today. I signed on to play Call of Duty, and I had some guy who kept killing me. His screen name was Poop Jockey, and I'm just watching it. You are killed, and it's Poop Jockey, and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, I can't even get mad at this. I can't get mad at this. I mean,
I haven't had time lately with the record and everything, and just us, working, working our asses off lately, whether you see it right now or not with the touring and all. But yeah, there hasn't been much time for video gaming. The weather lately lent itself to me having a little bit more time to play.
Yeah, the weather's been shit. Yeah, you guys have been really busy, right? I mean, you guys went from touring right into the studio to record. You guys are getting ready to head back out on the road.
Yeah, we did that Gorod tour, and I think we were home for 2 weeks, and then it was okay, studio time for the drums and everything. And
well, let's talk about the drumming because what's his name? Does he tour with you too? Why am I forgetting his name? AJ.
Yeah, put respect on my man's name.
Dude, incredible drummer. He knows that. I tell him that all the time.
He's the man. He does what he can, but he's got a kid now. He's got a good job. He's got the studio. And then his time with Half, that's his baby. So he does what he can with them, but I'm hoping as things are progressing for us, he's going to be able to start coming out a little bit more. So there's something next year that he's like, oh, dude, I really want to try and do that one. I'm going to see if I can pull that off at work and everything. So
I seen he was doing some gravity blasts on the new record.
The new record's probably our fastest shit ever.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Because
fucking fast.
I'll tell you, man, that last one, I mean, Tim and I have been following you guys for a while. You know, we've been fans, and you guys have gotten progressively better. And the last one was definitely a step change, Rob, like in your maturity and your songwriting. I was really impressed. Now you're telling me you guys are going faster. It's like shit.
I just think I think the new record's just like a culmination of everything where it's like, man, I really like they're doing that. I do miss they used to do this, and I'm just like, I think it's all there on this record. I really do. I think it's all there. I think all the songs, like, some people might be mad because there's like parts that repeat themselves sometimes, which is something like we just started recently doing. We're like, we could probably come back to some stuff a little bit here and there, but I think we got more back to our slam roots in some parts, and then when it's techie, it's fast. There's a lot of I think there's a lot of dynamics on this record. I mean, it's gonna be a long time before you hear it. But
the lead
I'm
times
excited.
nowadays are unbelievable.
You need time to hype it up.
Yeah.
People's attention spans, everything. It's real fast now, and it's like you need time to get things. Even obviously with the vinyl industry right now, like you need a lot of time to get your orders in and all that. So
so you guys are putting it out at, what's it, Metal Blade?
yeah, it's going to be our first record with Metal Blade.
That's fucking awesome.
I know, right?
No pressure. No pressure.
How was so before Metal Blade, you guys were a Unique Leader, right, Rob?
Yeah.
How was your experience with them? Because I find they're one of those labels where if they sign somebody, I'll give it a listen, because 9 times out of 10 they basically hit right in that sweet spot.
It was good, and it was like it's like such a cliche thing. It's like a gleam. It's like a dream come true, and you're like, because like obviously you start a band, you're like, I want to make it, for whatever that is. You're like, I just want to do it. Most people, some people really are just like, I'll just like playing music, and I commend the fuck out of them people, because like I love playing music, but I want to do it. You know what I mean? And so like you get picked up by someone like them, where like I grew up like Disgorge, Severed Savior, Mortal Decay, like all that stuff, and then it was like obviously Deeds of Flesh, and then it was like Spawn of Possession and Fallujah and Psychroptic and Gorod were all in there, and it was like, this is that label. This is that fucking label. So it was awesome, and that definitely was like a step up for us, moving up in the music career. It was like, okay, like maybe we can do something with it. And then you never really think Metal Blade's going to hit you up,
right? That's wild. And it's really wild. Who's your A&R guy, Rob? Anybody we know?
Ryan Williams.
Okay.
Dude's awesome. Dude, everyone over there is really good to us. They're really nice people. I'm very appreciative of it.
So I know back in the day, like labels would pay you to make the record and stuff. Is that still happening? Or are you guys? I mean, I know AJ probably did the record, but like, are they like pay? Like, here you go.
You get they help you with like recording and stuff like that, and there's press and stuff like that. So like they help you with stuff like.
There's no more of that. Here's $100K. Go make your record.
I mean, I don't know who. maybe that's the goal. You know what I mean? I don't know who's getting what. Like, but no, they definitely were good to us with like, let's help you.
I was just listening to an interview with Aaron Hurd from Jesus Piece, where he talked about how fans don't realize, when your band gets signed, okay, great. Now we really got to start working. He said, people don't realize
First
that.
Of all, shout out to Aaron and them dudes, man. That band is incredible.
Yeah,
I love that band. That band deserves everything they're getting right now. That's a hardworking band.
Yeah, that new album. I liked the last one, but this one was it's something else. But he made the point that you got signed. Well, now you got to really do the work, right? Because now you got somebody pushing you.
I agree. Yeah. They know people. People like, oh, you're over there. You're good now. It's like, dude, like, now we got work to do.
Yeah.
And I'm on the team of, hey man, it's fun. Like you get to see all the new cities, and you see these like lake sometimes. Oh, we got a day off. We're gonna go see this or that, and you get to see your friends and stuff. But like, it's work. It is work.
That's a lot of time in a car to get on stage for 30 minutes.
It's that. It's, you miss your family or, your animals or relationships, where depending on where you're at in your music career, you make more money at your job sometimes,
Mhm.
sometimes depending on where you're at with the band and the size of the band. But sometimes like I could have made more if I stayed home.
What's been your favorite place to play, Rob? Not around here, like not a local spot. Like what's been your favorite tour place you've toured through where you're like, yo, this place always comes out for us. We always put on a good show. The crowds are good. Anyone stand out for you? Any city in particular?
A couple, Chicago and Denver. And I would say LA.
Really? LA?
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah. Bay Area as well. Like Cali's really good. Um, Texas.
Oh yeah, they love their death metal in Texas.
Yeah, they do. They love their death metal down there.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, like they would have to be, and like obviously, like I love the Philly, New York area too. Like them areas are always like second home. Well, Philly is the backyard for us, but like New York's the second home to us too.
Have you guys made it over to Europe yet?
2018 maybe it
Oh
was.
shit, okay.
We went once. Yeah. We got to play some cool shows. We got to play with Catalepsy from Russia.
Oh, really?
Which I love that band. I never thought I'd ever see them live, and I got to play with them. And God, I don't even remember where it was right now off the top of my head. But we got to play them. We got to play Death Feast open air
That's
in
awesome.
in Germany, and that was sick. Like Misery Index played, Origin, Ingested. It was crazy.
Oh, there's a band no one talks about, and they should. I fucking love
Ingested?
Ingested.
Yeah.
Oh, they're so good.
They're hard workers too, man. Label mates too, but like that band's really hard workers, and I thought it was really cool to see them get to the level they're at now. And like their most recent tour, they were like, let's bring our slam bands out, like the real brutal shit. Like it was really cool to see a lineup like that.
What's that? The Lorna Shore tour?
No, that was Ingested, Devourment,
Oh, okay.
Organectomy, and Extermination, Dismemberment.
Yeah. Jay, did you hear the last two bands?
Oh, Rob, that
Yeah.
album. So Tim said it to me. He goes, yo, you got to listen to this. And I put it in, and that song where the bass goes so low and actually fizzes, I was like, the fuck? I thought I broke my headphones because all of a sudden they started to go zzz, because that one slam that they hit is so low. It's like, yo, what fuck? I think I broke my headphones. It was something else.
That's a ridiculous record.
Yes. Well, that new is it Organectomy? Is that the one that John from Origin played drums on that one single? Was that him? Was that Organectomy or Neurotomy? I don't know. I get them all.
No one from Origin played on Organectomy. How do you not know that, poser?
Come on, man. Dude. Is this where Tim throws me under the bus and says it took Jay a month to listen to the new cattle decapitation?
That's
I knew I was going to
gonna
catch shit in this episode, so I actually listened to it.
Fucking guy. Wow.
Wow.
You not listen to the best fucking band out there right now.
Yo,
Dude,
so
that new record's incredible.
that album is a monster. It's fucking long. Like I will say that's if I had to offer one gripe, it's long. What I found about Cattle Decap albums is the second half is always sneaky good, if not as good, if not better than the first.
I agree with you. I like Monolith of Inhumanity, like Life Stalker's easily one of my favorite songs. I think that's track 7 on that record.
Yeah. Yep.
And I went and seen them on that last tour, and they played that, and I fucking almost cried because I love that song. And I was just like, dude, I didn't think I'd ever fucking see this get played live, especially anymore where they're at. You know what I mean? And they opened with Carbon Stampede, the first track off of it. Oh, dude, I think they played 2 songs off that record, if not 3. And then they played some Death Atlas stuff and new stuff.
Every person in that band is like one of the best at what they play. I think that's what makes them so. I mean, obviously it does, but like the fucking musicianship in that band is fucking unmatched, man. Seriously,
they're great. They're such a good band.
Well, it goes to show
that's really good, dude. The new Cannibal Corpse single.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm
really
sorry.
good.
Cannibal Corpse, I love them. I don't care what they put on. I don't care. They could really do polka music on the next album. I would still lose my fucking mind like that. And
I think it's the
Rutan
best
is
stuff.
playing with
I
them.
think Oh yeah,
Is he?
yeah.
Is
I
he?
think it's
Yeah.
the best stuff they have put out possibly in like 15, 20 years. And it's not that the other stuff's bad. It's just that's how good this new song is.
Yeah.
It's so good. That was really good. The new
much-
Knocked Loose I really like a lot too.
Yeah, sneaky good. I keep waiting for them to make a turn and go to more like, arena rock type stuff, like take down the heavy, and they keep they keep leaning into it, and it's like, oh, well, I wasn't expecting this, but goddamn, okay.
I think because people are the crowd reactions and shit are great, so why change it up if you don't have to?
Yeah, I mean, they played Coachella, they played Bonnaroo, easily the least accessible bands on those two lineups. I mean, Turnstile makes way more sense than they do, and they fucking the reaction that was huge.
All right, so let me pick your brains on this one because I'm gonna say it. This could be bold. Sleep Token.
Fucking love it, love it.
Yep.
I'm
Love
all in.
Love it,
Great.
love
You're
it.
into? Are you into, Tim?
I love it. Great
It's
record.
great.
Oh, Rob. I was in queue to buy tickets, and it sold out. I was in queue. That entire U.S. tour sold out in like 15 minutes.
I never checked it out. I thought it was going to be like some like doom stuff because that's just a style of music I'm not into. I don't know why. I just thought that's what it was, and I was like, ah, man, like I'm not into it. And the fart video came out.
Yeah.
That everyone was like, oh, dude, someone farted during their set, and it's recorded, and it's really funny. And I was like, let me click this. All right, and I click it. Never heard the band, and the dude's like playing piano. And he starts singing, and the fart happens. And I didn't think none of it was funny because the second that dude starts singing, I was like, oh my God, what have I done? How have I not been listening to this band?
Yep.
Oh my God. And instantly down the rabbit hole with them. I can see, I guess, why some people don't like them, but I really think that they're doing something special. I really do.
Agreed. I think it's,
people don't like them because they're so popular. It's a cool thing to hate.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like the Lord and the Shore effect. Everybody was so hyped that Lord and the Shore finally, got some attention and made something big. And then at the exact same time, you have the other half of the people coming around saying, oh, forget it, whatever, I'm not into it.
I think it's great. I think it's great. Like Lorna Shore busted their ass to get where they're at, and they work hard, and it helps. Dude, a rising tide raises all ships. You know what I mean? How many people are going to listen to Lorna Shore now? Going to listen to Cannibal Corpse or something like that? You know what I mean? Like,
definitely.
I have a friend at work. He's an older guy. He's into metal, but he's got a good 10 years on me. So he's like very into like the 80s stuff. Like he loved hair metal. Like he saw Slayer on their first tour when they were touring like Tom Araya's I Rock. And he had tickets to, what was it, Gojira Mastodon? And Lorna Shore opened.
Right.
And I said, are you going to go for Lorna Shore? And he's like, I don't know. It's not really my thing. Blah, 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 blah. And he went and he was sending me videos from the show. And he said, yo, I got to be honest, Jay. He's like, this isn't my thing, but they put on an amazing show. They were amazingly tight. And while I won't go out of my way to listen to it, goddamn, those boys can play. I said, Mark, I told you, man. I mean, like,
dude, you can always go, hey, that band's not for me. But like, I see the appeal and I can respect it. You know what I mean?
That's like Turnstile for me. I see the appeal, not for me.
I mean, not everybody's for everything. Like, not everybody likes Time Wave by Blood Incantation. By the way, Rob Wharton, you came up at our end of year podcast episode because the way we do it is it's like Adam from Orthodox and Mike from Orthodox and Zone Zero and Josh from Bather. We all swap 3 albums with each other that we don't think the others have heard, and so listen to it and give your response. So I tried to send that Blood Incantation album, and everybody was like, yo, I'm not listening to this. You're an asshole. But just the like 2 days before we recorded that is when you and I were talking, and I mentioned that album, and you went, yo, that's not my thing. And it came up in the episode. I'm like, yo, even Rob Wharton gave it a thumbs down, and everybody was like, yo, that's Jay. You got to get off this thing. Whatever.
Fucking
Different
trash.
strokes.
Yo, I like that band. I'm not into the sound stuff.
Yeah, the weird synthy stuff. Yeah, it's not for everybody.
And again, that's another hardworking band. You know what I mean? And like I like the what's it? Hidden Meanings of Man or the Alien or
Yeah.
one, whatever.
Yeah, that shit's good. That is
Yeah.
good. That's the EP that came out that year before, right?
Yeah, hidden
that's
something
good.
of hidden tombs or I don't know, man. I can't remember titles anymore. But yeah, it's good, and they're an amazing band live. But yeah, they got a little weird for a bit. So Rob, what's up next for you guys? I mean, this comes out. We're going to be releasing this like in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that. What's next for you guys tour wise?
Well, by the time this comes out, we'll be on tour with Analepsy, Wormhole, and Necrotic Gore Beast. And you said this will be out in like 2 or 3 weeks?
3 weeks, I think. Yeah.
We'll have a new single and a song out by the time this is out.
Fantastic.
Let us know the date
It's
off
not
air,
on the
and then
record.
we'll release it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not? Oh, okay.
It's not even on the record. It's a standalone single.
Really? I see.
Yes.
That's baller. I respect that. I respect bands that keep the interest up and they don't just.
We recorded that before we recorded the new record.
That's awesome. It's awesome. Yeah, the
Is
new
that something
Wormhole.
Metal Blade asked you guys to do?
Go on, Tim. Go on, Tim. I talked over you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that something Metal Blade had you guys do? Like, let's put out a single, or?
It was our choice. We were just like, hey, would you guys want to do a single and like kind of just have something out before this tour and keep it till the record's coming out. So, and I think it's cool. I think it's a really good song.
I'll tell you what, the band you're touring with, that Wormhole single is really fucking good.
Yeah, it is.
Band's awesome.
Yeah.
Have you checked out Analepsy yet?
Yes. Yeah, that last album was great. Where are they from again? Is it Europe?
Dude, why don't you hold on a minute, Jay? Why don't you come to the show
When is it?
next Friday?
Oh, it's
their first time here. They're coming all the way from Portugal.
Portugal. Yeah, let me talk to the wife.
Let me see if I'm allowed out. I get you.
Let me talk to the wife. As long as she's cool with it, I don't care.
I'll be in Maryland, or I.
Yeah, I remember.
He's got to get permission.
Dude,
wow.
It is. It's the way it is. Whatever. It is the way it is. She pays. She fucking vacuums. I can't complain.
It's
she
fine.
vacuums and cooks.
I'm just joshing.
I know.
That tour's stacked. I'm really excited for it.
How long is it, Rob? How long's the run?
A month.
Wow.
Yep.
Damn. And it's got to be awful touring in the summer too. Jesus Christ, man.
We just put new vents in on the bus and the roof. We cut holes in the bus roof to put vents in with fans and we're trying to get a battery that'll run all night long without the bus running so that we can have exhaust fans running to just.
So I've been watching a lot of videos of like dudes that like just get a camper, go all around the United States. Fucking. So what do you guys do? Like go in like a Walmart parking lot? Because I'm pretty sure like Walmart's like allow like, truckers or touring bands to like sleep over.
You
right?
can do that. We go to like Love's or Flying J's and Pilots, like the truck rest stops, because they got showers there.
Oh, okay. Okay.
They got clean bathrooms. So like you wake up in the middle of the night and got to take a shit. It's there. Nice. Oh man, I'm a little hungry. You can go in there and get whatever. Oh man,
okay.
I'm getting a scratchy throat. They got medicine there. You know what I mean? Like they got whatever you really need. And then, like I said, you wake up, you're just like, dude, I sweat all night. I'm disgusting. Or you can just go in there and get a shower.
And it's free?
No, it's like $15.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, not at all.
I shower every day to every other day. I'm like, I love being clean.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah, with a bunch of dudes. We used to do a bachelor's trip to the Pocono races and it was 12 dudes in an RV not showering for a weekend. And it's like, as a bachelor, but now I'm like,
dude, never for me, dude. I'm just like a clean freak about stuff. And like for us, like we'll spend $15 and text each other like, yo, I'm in shower 4. You can hop in after me, and like just open the door and the next guy goes. So 4 of us, 5 of us shower, whatever.
How many times together?
Hey, well,
2.5.
Any port in a storm, right? Any port in a storm.
Yeah, to think of that for a second. He's like, wait a minute.
No, we travel in decent comfort because we got like like one of those old age home buses that have like the lifts and all that. And we took the lift out. Damn, that thing was heavy. And we got 6 bunk beds in there.
Nice.
And we have a futon that unfolds into a bed. We've got a microwave, like a power inverter. Like I said, we just put the vents in, and then there's a wall, and all the merch and all the gear fits in the back. And then it's got a trailer hitch, and we put a trailer, like the shelf carriers, and we put a tarp down, put 4 merch bins on it, put the tarp up, wrap the tarp up, put ratchet straps and 2 bungees over it, and it gives us even more room to bring more shit.
That's
you guys
awesome.
You guys putting them fucking Apple AirTags in your stuff too?
Top secret.
Confirm nor deny. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
always amazed at the bands that like nobody sleeps in the van and then their shit gets stolen. I'm always like, yeah, what?
Dude, that's never like a band thing. I mean, dude, when you sleep in the van, first of all, obviously, right off the bat, you shouldn't be stealing from nobody.
Well,
You know what
yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
But when you're on tour, 2 weeks, you're like, oh my God, I don't want to sleep in the van. It's fucking muggy hot. I haven't slept, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to go sleep in there. You do that, to just fucking get away from the van for a day, and you got a nice place. And sadly, that kind of stuff happens.
Yeah. It's fucked
There's
up.
only so much you can do, man. You can have fucking air tags and this, and that. Like, it sucks. It really sucks that people have to deal with that. Like, it breaks my heart whenever I hear that, dude. It's so fucking sad.
And it's like,
especially because
some
sometimes
dickhead
that
at the
shit's
show.
so sentimental. I mean, like some
Yeah,
of that
right?
shit's like sometimes it's just like, oh, dude, like it's just a guitar. Like, I get it, but like there's times where it's like, dude, it's not just a guitar. Like, so and so gave me this or bought me that, and like they're dead or they're not in my life no more, or whatever. And like that's fucking terrible.
I'm always amazed at these idiot thieves who don't realize, that shit it's all unique. Everybody's gonna, when you try and sell that, somebody's gonna notice this and say, "Oh, I've seen this guitar before. Such and such played it." Or, "What are you gonna do with a box of fucking t-shirts from the same band, all size medium? Like, what? What are you gonna resell them on the black market?" I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it.
When people are hard up, man, they need money. They'll find a way to make it. And it sucks that people are hard up for money to begin with, but it sucks when it comes down to it's put on a band that's thousands of miles from home.
Yeah, that's the fuck up thing, because it always happens when these bands are like, they're not close to home. It's on the other side of the country, and all their shit's gone. Like all the drums, the guitars, the effects pedals, the
trailer that gets stolen. The whole trailer. Like, oh my God, it's fucking terrible.
So on to happier things, Rob. How was the Gorod tour? How'd that go?
Awesome.
Cool.
Very successful tour. All the bands killed it. It was a good time. Gorod, just watching them every night, you're just like, why do I even play instruments? Them dudes are nothing short of like inspiring. Really good band.
Makes you pick your guitar up and play harder.
No, it doesn't. It makes me not want to play guitar.
Well, that's the opposite effect.
They're just so good. You've seen it.
Yeah.
Well,
let's change here, because I want to hear Rob's takes on some new metal bands here. So let's talk about new metal, because I know you said you're a fan of it, right?
I am. I weave in and out.
How old are you again?
39.
Okay, so you're my age. So all right, so you were around back then.
Slipknot.
All right, that's your favorite new metal band?
Yeah, Slipknot. Easily. If you're gonna put Deftones in there, if you want to put Deftones in there, Deftones is definitely in there.
Okay, I'll let
it
slide.
I fucking love me some Seven Dust.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
The first 2 Mudvayne records.
See, the second one, man, I couldn't get into the second one. I'm sorry. Couldn't. I gotta go back and listen. I couldn't get into the second one.
It's so good. It's better than the first one.
Other than that, like I was never in the Cold Chamber. I know you guys go deep. You guys get in. I've got a friend that was like all in. He was like, bro, I fucking love Nothing Face. Like Spine Shank. Like, yeah, no, that's not. I didn't go that deep in.
Who's your friend? Tell him to talk to us.
Have him come on and talk to us. Yeah, we'll talk about all sorts of obscure shit.
We'll talk about Reveille with them.
Oh.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I didn't get too deep. I didn't get too deep.
Well, nothing wrong with that. At
Some
least you
System
listen
of
to
a Down,
it.
some System of a Down,
Not my thing.
but I didn't get too deep. I didn't get too deep.
Well, I mean,
But
some's better than none.
but I'll rep this to the day I die anymore. Creed slaps, bro.
Didn't I bring them up, Tim? Was it them that I said was in the Mount Rushmore? Was it them or Godsmack?
I
Stop
Godsmack.
Godsmack. Godsmack is not in Mount Rushmore.
Well, it was
Yeah.
it was the we were talking about the big four of new metal, and if you look at Godsmack influenced all those, and there's no other way to describe them, like the butt rock bands. They were the first one out the gate with that sound, and everybody aped it. And
Creed was banging.
yeah,
I mean, they wrote good
yeah.
songs.
Everyone needs to be honest with
Great
themselves
songs.
about Creed. Everyone needs to be honest about themselves with Creed.
It's the same thing with Nickelback. They write bangers. Everybody hates them.
Yeah,
I'm not a Nickelback fan. Like I would never be like to this day about Creed. I mean about Nickelback, but I'm to this day about Creed. And if Creed does a comeback concert and I'm not on tour, I'm gonna go see Creed.
Nothing wrong with that. They do have some riffs. I ain't gonna lie
yeah.
about that.
Mark Tremonti's got bangers.
Yeah, I mean, they
does.
write. I mean, we've talked about this. They write good songs. You can't shit on a band for writing catchy songs. I mean,
Dude,
God bless
that
them.
shit's good, dude. That shit was
Yeah.
heavy.
It is heavy as fuck. Yeah. See, it's another instance where everybody hates them because how popular they are. It's like Limp Bizkit. You know what I mean? It's the same shit. It's the same shit with Nickelback. Oh, we're just automatically taught to hate them. Why? They write fucking bangers.
The guy writes fucking radio songs. So I mean,
You know who else wrote bangers? Goo Goo Dolls.
Hell yeah.
yeah.
And Fuel, bangers.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong
Yeah.
on any of them.
Yeah, I mean, well, a lot of
You're
those
just
bands,
conditioned to hate. Yeah, that's all it
a
is.
lot of those bands that came out in like the mid to late '90s, there's a couple of them had some really good songs. I mean, everything in that vein, right? The Collective Soul, Candlebox,
Live.
live, yo,
Throwing
that second,
Copper, that's an amazing record.
that second live album is sneaky amazing.
Throwing
Sneaky
Copper
amazing.
is so good. And the one before Throwing Copper is really good too.
And they were a bar band, right? From York College. They were a bar band.
Yeah, dude, live is so good, dude. You guys with new metal, that's me with like a lot of like the grunge stuff. Like Alice in Chains might be my favorite band of all time.
I ain't gonna hate on that. I
No.
fucking love Alice in Chains.
Soundgarden, great. Stone Temple Pilots, great. I like Pearl Jam. Live, banging. Candlebox, banging. Silverchair, banging.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that first record's great.
Yeah, I mean you're rattling off bands that wrote good songs. Like I mean,
Dude, Alice in Chains to me is just like there's so much pain and hurt, but it's relatable in so many ways. And like the riffs though are heavy, and like Jerry Cantrell and him just like it's all so just like so good.
His
so
voice,
important to me, that band.
His voice, man. There is, I mean, Lane Staley, Chris Cornell, I'll give it this, all the grunge guys. Eddie Vedder, Lane Staley, Chris Cornell, Kurt Cobain, instantly recognizable. Scott Weiland, right? Instantly recognizable. You put them on any song, and anybody of a certain age will be able to pick that out. So let me ask you both this question. So Tim and I just did an episode, Rob, on grunge and how new metal basically killed grunge. I want to ask though, does new metal become the thing that it becomes if Kurt Cobain doesn't die in '94? Imagine Nirvana being around.
You want to know why I'm going to say I don't know? You're asking the wrong guy about Nirvana because I was never a Nirvana fan. And so I don't know. I mean, I think it's just the way music is, where it's just like, this is the thing, that's the thing, that's the thing, especially with like rock and stuff like that. But like, I can't answer that. I don't know. But I actually wish I could answer that, because like that's like a good question. Because like, you know, a lot of people would be like, oh, grunge killed hair metal. Have you ever
Yeah.
heard people say that?
That's one of the arguments we had about that too.
Yeah,
Definitely.
it moves in cycles, and hair metal had its moment, and then there was grunge, and then there was new metal, and then there was somebody was saying, well, after new metal was butt rock, and then there was metalcore, like all the Kill Switch stuff, and then what was it? The first run of deathcore with Job for a Cowboy, all the MySpace stuff. It's an interesting thought because Nirvana was so big at that point. They eventually would have put out a third album, and if they put out a third album, doesn't that? I'm of the opinion that takes all the air out of the room. Korn never gets out of the. Korn maybe keeps going and eventually becomes reputable, but they blew up in the vacuum left behind by Nirvana. I'm convinced of this.
I mean, you're still going to get that first Corn record either way.
Yeah, absolutely. But does it?
This whole conversation is hard because, like, you said you're convinced of that, and you're also convinced that the second Mudvayne record's not that good. So
I'm not convinced about that. I just don't. I remember it not resonating. I reserve the right to listen again.
It's better than the first record. I'm going on record.
I have to listen. I'll listen to him on the next car ride, and we'll figure it out.
I think,
you know what? While we're talking new metal too, a band I forgot to shout out: Linkin Park, banging.
Yo, again, another band that writes. They wrote songs. There was not a bad song on that first album. That second album is just as good. The third album was that Minutes to Midnight. They start to get a little wobbly, but
there's later stuff where I'm like hit or miss for me, but there were some really important songs, like the Transformer songs, soundtrack songs.
Blew them up. Yep.
So good.
I mean, who produced that record, Jay? Was it Bob Rock?
I think it was Bob Rock. I think. So let me ask you this, Rob. Out of all the stuff you've heard this year, right? What are some of your picks for these are the albums I think everybody should be listening to? This is the shit. This is gonna when I do my 2023 best of, what are some of your early picks? I know we're halfway through the year.
The Cattle record, easily. The Sleep Token record. I'm curious to hear the rest of the Cannibal record because that's like that. That song was really good. I'm trying to think what else came. The new Knock Loose, the new Jesus piece. Really, that was 2023, right?
Yep, that's this year. Yep.
That's really good. Oh man. What else came out this year? Give me some stuff that came out, and I'll tell you. If that's
what else?
Frozen Soul,
Creeping Death, Entheos.
Dude, the new Entheos record's really good.
I was really surprised by that because I like the last one. This one is, but I'm also an Evan Brewer fan, so I think you can hear his influence on their stuff. Yeah.
Cruelty.
What else, Tim?
Cruelty.
Oh yeah, Cruelty came. Did you see that their lead singer just quit on the eve of that tour?
What?
Yeah, their lead singer just said, I'm not taking it that seriously. So the guitarist is now playing and singing. So hey, I got tickets to that show. I think it's 2 months from now at like Kung Fu with them in Outer Heaven. What else came out this
Narrowhead.
Year? I'm looking right now. I'm looking. Let's see. I'm looking at the 2023.
Narrowhead.
God is War, Devangelic.
Jerome's Dream.
The new Devangelic is very Nile sounding. It's cool.
Yes. Yeah.
View from
here's one. Here it is. Blindfold and Led to the Woods, new record.
Oh yeah, that shit's incredible.
Is that good? I've had it in my queue. I haven't listened to it yet. Okay.
Yeah, it's really good. Forgot about that. New Incendiary's great.
Yo, that show Friday night was bananas. It was bananas. I couldn't believe how packed that place was. 2 shows in a row I went to where I just sweated my fucking balls off.
I'm just looking at some of this other stuff.
Acacia Strain was this year. Enforced, Rotten Sound.
I was gonna say I didn't even know Enforced put something new out. I'm gonna have to check that.
Yo, it's great. It's great.
Rotten Sound. I forgot they put something out too. I gotta check that. The Ocean put something new out too. It's so hard to keep up with shit, man. I'm like sad about it. Man, that Jesus piece is so good.
It's hard. It's really, really hard to keep up. I still haven't listened to the newest Bell Witch. I still haven't listened to the newest Chain to the Bottom of the Ocean. Like they're all sitting in queue. Eventually I'm going to get to it.
The Liturgy album came out, right?
Yeah, that I really liked. I
Yeah.
really liked. So Rob, you don't fuck with black metal like dude, like no Mizmor for you? Not your thing?
No, I'm like maybe like 5 black metal bands tops,
Okay.
and they're like death metal black metal bands. If I was going to like listen to them, like I don't pretend to know anything about it though either. Like I'm
Okay.
just like,
Okay.
a lot of it's not there for me. What I
Yeah,
like in my like if I'm going to listen to like distorted guitars and have screaming, like I'm just a death metal dude.
Okay. Okay.
nothing wrong with that. I mean,
Uh,
black metal is you gotta be like careful with what bands you actually endorse because a lot of them fucking dudes are like Nazis and shit.
yeah,
It's like what the
some
fuck, man?
questionable political beliefs, right? Yeah.
It's so it's like it's just it never lured me in enough to just even I just like it was just something like people be like, yeah, check this out. And I'd be like, all right. And I'll be like, this isn't for me. Every time someone tells me to check it out, I'm like, oh, like they're like it's just a
Yeah.
genre that never grabbed me.
Well,
But do you know how many people don't like slam? You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
I
well,
don't
there's something wrong with people who don't like good fucking slam. I
no,
don't understand. Like,
no, I don't fault anyone because like everyone, you like what you like. But I mean, dude, there's a market for it. You know what I mean? Look at Rotting Christ.
Mm.
yeah, yeah. Rob, was it you?
Guerrero.
I think I'm pretty sure. I don't know if you were playing the show or you were part of it. The show that I think it was Cranium did at Creep Records, where they threw out the giant slam hammers. Were you at that one where they threw out the
Yeah,
inflatable hammers? Dude, unreal,
But it's just
unreal.
crazy because on the like I went to that I went and seen Guerrero
Oh,
on that
Okay.
Rotting Christ show. That band was incredible.
oh, is that how you say that? Guerrero. Okay.
I'm probably saying it wrong too.
Well, it
Okay.
was them,
Okay.
Rotting Christ, Uada. Was it Uada as well? Yeah.
Uwada and Croc Angren.
Okay. Okay.
Dude,
Four
that
bands I can
I
barely pronounce.
fucking love that crack anger stuff. That
Yo,
shit's
Croc
so good.
Angren is the band that I like. I was like, yo, this is like fun. It's cool. I like it.
Yeah, it's really good stuff. That Uada stuff's pretty good too, but I mean it gets a little long. It's like but it's definitely good. But who else was on that tour? Rotting Christ?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rotting Christ was the headliner.
Great band.
They closed out Psycho Las Vegas. They went on at like, God, it had to be like 1 in the morning, 1:30 in the morning. And like I'm sitting in the lobby in McCarran. I'm sitting at the terminal, and there's this dude in front of me, and I'm like, yo, are you on this Philly flight? He goes, yeah. And he had the wristband on. I was like, were you at Psycho Las Vegas? He goes, yeah. He's like, I had to see Rotting Christ, and man, they didn't stop playing till like 3 in the morning. And I'm looking at my watch. I'm like, dude, it's 6:30. He's like, I literally walked back to the hotel, checked out, and then got an Uber here. I'm like, good God, man.
Wow.
Yeah, he was a trooper.
He was hit.
He was all in. What else? I'm just thinking of. I think those stuff coming up. So Rob, let me ask you this: what are you looking forward to coming out this year? What are you aware of that's coming out that you're like, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That might make my list.
The Cannibal Corpse record right now is like the big thing on there. I do want to hear. I haven't checked out the new Neobliviscaris.
Okay.
I got to check that out. The new Wormhole record's incredible. That's really good too. I
New
don't
Fetus.
know if it's going to make it out this year, but Last of Lucy, I've been really about that band. They've just been killing it with some really cool, interesting stuff. They just played Philly, and I like that dude that plays guitar in that band and that drummer. They're just really fucking good. So I'm excited to see what that's going to sound like. I mean, I got to hear it already, and I was just like, dude, like I can't wait to like listen to it and dive into it.
What's the
Is
band
that
called?
is that Fetus album coming out this year?
I don't know. I mean,
It's
they
been
just
done.
dropped that. When did that single drop? That single dropped not too long ago. I feel like, but like,
Yeah, I mean, one of our mutuals, his buddy Jay works at Relapse, and I'm pretty sure he said they were trying to get it out this year. I mean, shit, man, it feels like it's been done forever.
that band's so good.
Oh my God, they just get better and better every time I see them. It's like, how do you get tighter? I don't know. Who else? I think Skeletal Remains is gonna have one this year. I think.
I really like that band.
Yeah, they toured. Who was it, Rob? It was them.
Defeated
Splatter.
Sanity.
Yeah. Oh, Defeated. Another fucking sickeningly talented band.
Masters of their fucking craft, man.
Yep. Yeah, it was Skeletal Remains, Defeated Sanity, Splattered, and who else was on that card?
No. Vitriol.
Yes. Another band. I'm waiting for that new album because they're another band that live.
Vitriol's
They're just
intense. Vitriol's
evil.
fucking intense.
Evil. I actually think I think the new Fetus album is going to be in the top of the list for me. I think that new Outer Heaven is probably going to be good. I am really impressed by what I heard with the new Signs of the Swarms. I think for a deathcore band, those 3 singles they put out are all uniquely different, which made me pay attention because sometimes we all know like beat down hardcore, tough guy hardcore, slam, it can kind of sound repetitive. I think that's going to be good. I think the new Stuffed on Sight's going to be great. Rob, do you ever fuck with any of the like the post-hardcore stuff like Fleshwater or Soft Kill or any of that stuff? You ever mess around in that area or not your thing?
So I've never listened to any of the bands you just said, but like I mean, I was a massive Boys of the Well fan. If it's like that kind of
Okay, yeah. Actually, that but get even lighter, like more towards even like a Drab Majesty, like that. I'll send you some stuff. You check it out. It's
Are you a
it's
Thrice
not.
fan? Are you a Thrice guy?
First couple albums, yes.
I like their later stuff too. But
Tim,
yeah, I
Thrice,
wasn't sure if that was like kind of like that or something.
kind of adjacent in that vein. Maybe more Failure than Poison the Well. Maybe I don't know. I'd have to the comparison. Tim, Thrice, yes, no.
I love Identity Crisis, Artist in the Ambulance. That's all good shit. I love all that shit. The later stuff, I'm like, but the earlier stuff is more my key.
You know who really surprised me when I saw them the other night? Drug Church. Because that last album everybody raved about, and to me it went over like a wet fart. I was like, I don't hear it. They put on a good live show. I'll give them that.
Who'd they play with? Incendiary?
No, it was Drain, Magnitude, Gel, Combust, but they weren't because of a radius clause from whatever festival they played. Adjacent, I think it was in what was that? Atlantic City. They couldn't be billed, but they actually played the show.
Oh, okay.
So they're not in the flyer, but they played. It's like speaking of band Jesus Piece, right? So it's was it Hatebreed, Terror, Jesus Piece, and Vane. And Vane's not on the flyer, but they're actually playing. They just can't be promoted because of the radius clause.
Speaking of Hatebreed, didn't you just play with Hatebreed, Rob?
No, we were on them 2 shows that they were doing with Parkway Drive.
Okay.
When Parkway Drive was coming over and they were doing the tour with Black Dahlia and all that. And we never got to play that show because the tour, once Parkway Drive canceled the tour, just the tour fell apart and we never got to play with Hatebreed. But
damn.
Yeah, I mean, it's no one's fault. You know what I mean? It was a bummer. It was a bummer just not being able to play with them because, like, it's fucking Hatebreed. You know what I mean?
Right.
But Jamie Josta seems like such a cool guy. Like he's like really into like he knows his shit with death metal. He definitely is like he gets it.
I'm surprised that you guys were put on Milwaukee Metal Fest, to tell you the truth. I see, but it feels like you guys would have been like perfect for that.
Yeah, solidly in that wheelhouse.
We couldn't have played though because of the Analepsy tour.
Gotcha. Another clause thing.
Yeah, it's normal. You know what I mean? You can't, dude, like, why am I going to pay these bands this much money if you're going to play, 30 miles away or,
right.
2 hours away and you want me to pay how much? Like, it's fair.
True. Yeah.
Rob, let me ask you. Go on, Tim.
Let's get a little dorky here. I've been staring at your guitars trying to figure out what kind they are. So
here
let's
we
talk
go.
about that.
Try to see. Ibanez F series.
Hell yeah.
Ibanez S series. Ibanez S series. And the one closest to the air conditioner is a Fender Talon.
Okay.
You've probably never seen one.
I've never even heard of a Fender Talon,
Yep.
but I'm interested.
It looks like an Ibanez with a Jackson headstock. It
Oh,
looks like an
okay,
RG.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm an Ibanez guy myself, so I'm happy about that.
No, I mean, I play ESP, but they were like really important to me, and I can't get rid of them. I can't. I can't.
Are you endorsed by ESP?
Yes, I am.
There you go. Good shit.
I love it, but I can't.
You
I can't
can't.
get rid of that stuff. Oh man, you know what we're talking about new music from, and I just remember the new Outer Heaven's incredible.
Yeah, that song is great. It's great.
Sorry.
I'm assuming you heard the rest of it.
No, but then that like song, they like split song they put out. It's really fucking good, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Sorry,
like
before I
seen them
cut you
live a
off.
couple times. Yeah, they're good. They're really good.
What were you gonna say when I cut you off?
I forgot what I was gonna ask Rob. Oh, Rob. So in all your travels, right? All the bands you've toured with, of all the people you've met, what are one or two of those bands that you really don't understand why they're not bigger?
Psychroptic.
Psychroptic?
Psychroptic, right off the bat, Psychroptic.
Okay.
Great band.
They're Australian, right?
Tasmanian.
Tasmania, right? And doesn't Jason from Origin, he's covered vocals for them once or twice, right?
Yeah. Psychroptic to me is like to me, I don't get how they're not as big as Lamb of God or something, because the songs are written very like parts come back. It's like groovy. Like they have blast beats, but it's not just like crazy blasting all the time. It's like, dude, like I can't. This is too much. Like I think it's just enough of everything. And as a listener, if you don't listen to music, you're like, oh, this just sounds cool. It's fun. It's like thrashy and a little death metal and stuff. And as a musician, Joe Haley is nothing short of jaw-droppingly amazing at guitar, and I will die saying he is one of the greatest guitar players ever walked this earth.
Wow.
And as people, they are incredible people. They're really good people, nice people, very appreciative of everything they do have. They're hard workers. They help with things. Like I love that band. So I myself have no problem coming out and saying Psychroptic for me for that.
I have that feeling about the guitar player from Fallujah. That dude is an incredible songwriter.
Scott Corsairs is a monster as well, and I love him. That dude is like just the way his brain works to write that music is what fascinates me.
Yeah, that shit is crazy.
Yeah, that
dude.
last album was great.
It's
Like,
Dude,
really
I toured
great.
with both of them on the same tour. I was watching them both every night.
It's hating
And I was
yourself.
just sitting here like, oh my God, like this is insane.
You know what record Jay hates is Undying Light. He thinks that record sucks.
Which one is that? Is that the one? Yeah, the one. Yeah, no. Music was good. The singer did not work for me. The screechy guy did not work for me. He just didn't. The guy they have now, wow, perfect. But yeah, that one before it just not work for me.
I can see why I didn't like it. I went back and listened to it a couple times. I was like, damn, like some of this I wish I didn't get mad about when it first came out, because there's some really cool stuff on it. There's some very cool Meshuggah stuff on it, and I appreciate Scott's like bringing that element into Fallujah. Like I thought that was really cool. Man, that dude's an incredibly just genius with his writing.
I tried getting him on here like 4 times. It's just impossible.
I'll talk to him.
That would be awesome. I hate
love
asking
Scott.
people that, but shit, man. It's like one of them dudes I always wanted to pick his brain, because that shit he writes is fucking unbelievably good, man.
Dude, he's so good. That tour itself was just like surrounded with just so many people, and like
That's a lot of talent on one bill.
I feel bad being like, oh, like Psychroptic and not saying Fallujah, because like they were on my name. So I was, man, I don't get it, but like just to me, Psychroptic is like super important band to me. It's like one of my favorite death metal bands. I do put Gorod up there as well. That's another band where I just don't get like how they didn't like really blow up. Like Gorod, like They do like the tech thing with like real prog really well.
Mm-hmm.
How about Skeletal Remains? Because I feel like that's another.
Yeah,
band
we
that
were
people
talking about that
sleep
when you
on.
were
I was
when you
just
were
gonna
off.
I
Yeah,
was gonna say like for being like with the OSDM like revival bands, they're hands down my favorite band of like the newer bands doing it, and they've been doing it a little longer than some of them bands. But like that's another band where I'm like, dude, like that band's like really fucking good at what they do,
yes,
and it's done like just so well, and it's like very just like evil, heavy, morbid angel that like I don't know. I think that band's just on another level.
he was interviewed. The singer guitarist was interviewed Tim in that death metal documentary you sent to me, and
Oh, yeah,
he
yeah.
made a statement where he goes, "Look, I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel here. There's a sound of music that I really like, and that's the sound of music that I want to play. And I'm not trying to do anything brilliant and brand new." He's like, I want to play this type of music, and I want to play it the best way I can, and I want other people who like this music to enjoy it. And I'm like, yo, I'm
I
here
think that's
for it.
fair. I think that's fair
Yeah.
to find. Be like, hey, this was like, dude, like I don't think we do anything like crazy brand new. I like what we do. Just like he likes what he does, and that's awesome. You should be like, dude, I like doing this. This is what I want to play. I like what I
Yeah.
wrote. You know what I mean? I think that's awesome. You said that because like that makes him happy.
Yeah, no shit, right? You're the one who's got to live with it and play it every night. I mean, you might as well do something you enjoy. I couldn't imagine like suffering through some album that we wrote, because the label wanted something, and like the Earth Crisis guys when they put out their new metal record. How angry must they have been? We're wearing pleather in the photo shoots and nah.
I like some of the stuff on Slither, if that's what you're
Oh,
talking about.
we
Yeah,
both
man.
celebrated. Tim and I both love it, but put yourself in their shoes. It's like, man.
There's
All
some
right,
riffs
you know,
on Slither.
Oh, there is. There's some good songs on Slither. Again,
I,
second half, creepy good.
I like that band. Man, Killing Brain Cells was such an important song to me too, man.
That is a good one.
That's crazy. You get it in like some of Undying Light. There's some cool stuff on it. I get it. If
Yeah,
if you were hoping for Flesh Prevails again or something, like
oh,
I
I
get it.
loved Fresh Prevails. I loved Dreamless. I thought Dreamless was just an amazingly moving, heavy record. And then it just, you know what? It's just sometimes when you pick up an album, you were expecting one thing, you get something else, and it doesn't resonate. It happens. It happens.
A band we should talk about though is Hath, because that newest record, dude, holy fuck, that's a good record.
Yeah.
That's I watched their they did like a metal injection thing like during like COVID or something, and I was blown away at that shit, man.
Band, yeah, that's what I'm wearing right now. We're rocking them.
Yeah, I mean
I
that
always
is
support
just,
the boys.
and it was the same thing when I heard that Rivers of Nile record, not the newer one. I forget where owls or something.
Owls
I
Know
forget
My
what it's called.
Name.
That record, dude, holy fuck, man.
Dude, that record when it came out, I wasn't into it, and I've loved Monarchy, and I was absolutely head over heels with Conscious Seed of Light. And a couple of years ago, I went back and re-listened to Owls, and I was like, man, why didn't I like this? This is incredible,
Yeah, dude.
and I loved it. And I like a lot of the new record. I like
Yeah, it's good.
it's like really fucking good. And some people I think were like underwhelmed by it or something. I thought it was awesome. I really like the Pink Floyd vibes to it and all that shit.
Yeah.
My
yeah.
favorite song on the record is actually the last record. Or the last song.
Mm.
Terrestrial Part 4 or whatever. Really like that song.
Yeah, they're from, what are they, Allentown or something?
Reading-ish.
Yeah,
Reading,
somewhere
that's right,
around
that's
here.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the singer dude just left, but god damn, man, that Al's record is, I listened to it like 68 times in a row. I could not get enough of that record. Like every day going to work in the summer, I just had that on. I said, fuck it.
Yeah, I remember you
again.
texting me nonstop. All right, Rob Wharton, I got a question for you. This is the one that stumps everybody. So you are going out on tour, and you get to pick the band you're opening for. So there's a band that plays over you, but you also get to pick the band that opens for you. So the opening bands. Who do you put in those slots?
Sleep Token above me.
Okay.
The band has to be I could pick any band to play before me.
Anybody to play before or after you.
Oh my God. They shouldn't be playing before us, but like I'm just gonna pick another one of my favorite bands to be able to say I played with them. Probably Meshuggah.
Yo, that would be a wild show. That would be a
But I
wild
mean,
show.
obviously they're bigger than me, us. So like I know my place in the world. I'm just saying, if I'm just like, hey man, like put me in between these two incredible bands. If you know, in storybook world, like yeah, that's where I want to fucking play. You know what I mean?
Good picks. Good
It would
picks.
work perfect though, because
It
Meshuggah
would.
has the Sleep Token vibe if you think about it, with the the guitar sound, and then you guys in between. It would be a perfect show, actually.
Oh, we
Yeah,
would fucking annoy everyone there, but I'm fine with that.
the sequencing would work. I mean, I think
Dude, I love Meshuggah. I love that band. Oh man.
that the last album was one of those ones. That was a COVID album, right? Came out right as the lockdown started.
Yeah.
It was one of those that got forgotten on the pile until I dug it out and I went, man, there to me, and I had this conversation with Tim. To me, I equate Meshuggah to a band personally, a band like Zayo, where I really, really, really love their music, but I always forget how much I love it until I listen to it, and I go, man, why don't I listen to these guys more? Like this shit is really, really good.
You know who I get like that with? Deicide.
Okay.
Deicide. Every time it comes on, I'm like, why don't I listen to this more? It's super fucking sick. It's like super sick, and I'm like, why don't I listen to this more? I'm gonna start listening to it more, and then I don't because I'm fucking dumb. But Deicide's like one of those bands where I'm just like, why don't I listen to this more?
One of the best live albums ever is the one from Chicago. I forget what they named it, but
what's the title of that?
Every time he screams out the song titles, I love that shit.
I've been on a big Nile kick again recently.
Oh, Annihilation of the Wicked, great record.
Oh, that's probably my favorite one, but I really like the last record, Vitriolic Rights or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
I think that record's incredible too. That band's another band that.
Who is that? Who's that drummer? Is that Tim Young?
No, George Colias.
Oh, Colias plays drums for them now.
He's been playing for them since Annihilation of the Wicked. You fucking poser!
No, didn't
Come
Tim
on,
play
fucking
drums
dude,
for them?
go Birds, baby!
Dude, no, didn't Young play drums for them though?
Tim Young, I think, played on Black Seeds of Vengeance. I think.
Oh, okay. Shit, I thought he was. I didn't know George played for them. What other band is George in? He's a European dude, isn't he?
Yeah, he's from Greece. Pretty
was he
sure
in
it's
Septic
Greece.
Flesh?
I don't know.
I know I know he was in some other band. Whatever.
I don't know. Well, look, we're well over the hour mark, Rob. We want to be respectful of your time. So if people want to check you guys out, where do they go? Where do they go looking? And then if they want to buy merch, right? They're not going to get a chance to see you on tour, but they want to pick up a T-shirt or whatever. Where do they go? Where do they look?
All right. We got the Facebook, Instagram, Twitter thing going on. Follow us on Bands in Town if you want to see when next time we're coming around your area. It always sends you notifications, see where we're at. Obviously, we got the music on Spotify. Any kind of follow on there always helps. Merch, we've got an indie merch store as well as Massacre merch, Cold Cut store, and either one of them, you can grab it from there.
Awesome.
Metal Blade.
Awesome. Yeah, Metal Blade. I'm coming. Any idea, Rob, when the new album's coming out? Can you give us a hint?
Nothing yet.
Nothing yet. Okay. All right. So everybody keep in touch and keep in tune. When the album gets closer to coming out, we'll have Rob back on again. He can walk us through his thought process behind all of his master riffing.
Yeah,
mediocre at best.
This was like people listening. This was like the most just conversation ever podcast ever. It's like we just talked.
Yeah, just hanging out. We're just hanging out, bullshit, right? I mean, and for those listeners, I mean, funnily enough, Rob doesn't live too far from me, and I keep telling Tim. Tim and I are in a chat group of a bunch of guys who are local, who are all metalheads. I keep saying, we should just have everybody come over to the house. I'll invite Rob over. We'll just argue about fucking Pantera albums. Like what in the summer, right? Every dude sitting there in cargo cargo shorts, camo cargo shorts, sleeveless black band shirts, and we'll just sit there and argue about what album is better. Is it Trendkill or is it fucking Far Beyond Driven? I mean, we could easily do 6
I'm
hours of
fucking
that.
down.
Awesome. So once again,
we'll have Cognitive play in your backyard.
the neighbors would love me. Then again, they probably wouldn't notice. All right. So find us on Instagram and Twitter, New Breed _ Podcast, newbreedpodcast@gmail.com. Find us on our Facebook group. Find us on r/new metal. Until next time, we want to thank Rob for coming on. And on behalf of all three of us, this is the New Breed Podcast saying cheers.
Later.